Good morning, boys and girls. Today we are going to be reading a story about a pig, and we'll have to find out what happens to that pig. So let's take a look at our story. Before we read our story, we want to analyze it. We want to look for word patterns that we are familiar with, and then we want to look for our sight words. I'm going to just browse. I'm looking for CVC words. Here is a CVC word. Here is a CVC word. Here is a CVC word. CVC words are words that I can easily sound out. They follow spelling patterns that I've already learned. There's a CVC word. Let's continue. Here's one. There's another one. Here's a CVC word. Here's a CVC word. CVC, remember, means consonant, vowel, consonant. Okay, so I have finished locating my CVC words. Let's take just a minute to sound them out. B-ig, b-ig, big. P-ig, ig, pig. S-at, s-at, sat. Ud, ud, mud. Okay. I think I've seen this one before. S-at. This word is sat. Oh, this looks familiar too. Ud, mud. There it was. We have that word 2 times. D, id, did, did. Ought, ought, not. Coming down. I've seen this word. B-ig, big. P-ig, pig. S-at, sat. Oh, and here's our last one. Ud, mud. So we have the CVC words big, pig, sat, mud, sat, mud, did, not, big, pig, sat, and mud. Now, let's find the sight words that were not CVC words. The, in, the. It, in, the, and, it. Move. This is more difficult. This word is move. Move. It does not follow the phonics rules. That's why it's so important that we learn it as a sight word. Move. The, still, in the. So again, the sight words are words that we typically don't take time to sound out, and we read on sight. This helps us become more fluent readers when we know these sight words. The, in, the, it, in, the, and, it, move, the, still, in, the. Now that we have analyzed our story, we have practiced our sight words, we have found our phonetic words. Now let's read. Remember, we're going to read the story 3 times to practice. I'll go slow. You can read with me. The big pig sat in the mud. Why do I stop there? I stop because there is a period. The period tells the reader to stop and pause for just a moment. Let's keep going. It sat in the mud and it did not move. Do you see the period? That means we have to stop. The big pig sat still in the mud. And there's a period. Do you notice after the period there is a capital letter? That's because that is a new sentence. And new sentences always start with a capital letter. After this period, there is a capital letter because sentences always start with a capital letter. We've read our story 1 time. Now let's read it again. This time I want to try to go just a little faster. Ready? The big pig sat in the mud. It sat in the mud and it did not move. The big pig sat still in the mud. Very good. We have read our story 2 times, but I want to read it 3 times to have lots of practice. This time, I want to read my story just a little faster and more fluent. Fluent means that I read at a consistent speed and I read smoothly. I do not want to sound like a robot. Listen to me read it fluently. You may read along with me when you are comfortable. The big pig sat in the mud. It sat in the mud and it did not move. The big pig sat still in the mud. That was more fluent. So remember, every time you practice your story, we want to read it 3 times. First, nice and slow. Second, just a little faster. And third, we want to read as fluently as we can. I hope you enjoyed the story about the big pig. I'll see you guys later. Bye, friends.